Hey guys, so here with another voiceover. Hopefully, it is a beautiful sounding voiceover because I went and spent the big money. I've got the good mic now, so you guys can just sit back and relax and listen to my nice, sultry, silky voice. Or not, I don't care. Anyway, so I want to start doing this more often, talking to you guys one on one with like a little drawing or something going on in the background. I want to talk to you guys about not necessarily aspects of being an artist, but aspects of reality. I'm not going to turn into a hippie on you, don't worry. I'm not going to start talking about the colors, Duke. But what I am going to talk to you guys about is what it means to be an artist in today's economy and today's society. And I felt no better way to open that up is well, I'm not going to edit this, mistakes and all. I'm coming to you guys just to kind of talk about what it means to be an artist and what that means. And I thought, oh my God, I can't talk today. I'm sorry. Okay, point being, I want to talk to you guys about what it means to be an artist and to have a full-time job or a part-time job on the side. Whew, there we go. I finally got it out. Anyway, so what prompted this was I was listening to some YouTube podcasts and not YouTube podcasts. Oh my God, what is wrong with me today? I was listening to YouTube videos and podcasts, and I heard more than once artists who are, successful, making their big monies and moolah, 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 talking about how if you are a true artist and you want to be a true artist, you should quit your job and focus on your art full time. And I just kind of sat back, and the words that went through my mind are ones that I cannot repeat here because I'm pretty sure I would get banned from YouTube and the internet for saying it because it was some pretty foul language. I mean, more foul than even the foulest language you can imagine. I literally, in my mind, was summoning demons to go take these people and drag them down to hell because that is so irresponsible. That is so cruel to tell new artists or people who are interested in art or starting art as a career that they should quit everything that's providing for them in order to be successful, and that's the only way to be successful, because that's not true at all. I'll tell you what, I speak from experience too. I quit everything. I was a full-time artist. I was literally waking up in the morning, rolling over. There was no point in showering. Why would I? I worked from home. Getting on my computer and doing art until probably 4 o'clock in the morning, going to bed for 2 hours, getting up, rinse, repeat without the rinsing part because who needs to shower when you work from home? And, just doing the whole thing all over again. I played that game. I did that for 8 years. No, not 8 years. No, it was 8 years. Okay, it was like 9. Oh my God, I can't math. It was about from 2005 until 2014. So that was almost 10 years, but we'll call it 9. Because 2014 was when I decided to go back to school for nursing. So my point is how dare you? I mean, like, it really does get me angry. It's like, how dare you tell somebody who is working a job alongside of doing their art that they are not professional, they are not true artists because they haven't quit everything and done what you did. That's just, it's bullshit. That's all there is to it. It's bullshit. Okay? If you have to work a job to pay your bills so you can continue to do art, that is responsible. That is intelligent. That is having a mindset based in reality. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, I want to be like so-and-so on YouTube. They're successful. It's like, they're not as successful as you think they are. They've been lucky and gotten sponsorships, and that's where they're getting their money. That's probably where they're getting their money more than the YouTube portion of it. That being said, I'm not saying that those things are impossible either. I'm just saying don't try to be somebody else. You can only be you. If you have to flip burgers in order to come home and do YouTube videos on art or whatever else you want to do, then do it. You're being responsible. You should be responsible. Recognizing that one thing isn't going to get you through is intelligent, it's smart, I just, it frustrates me because what they're basically saying, and I do take it personally, is because I've always worked a second job. I've never, I mean, I did the full time art thing, yes, but I always had a part time job in my back pocket. I always worked at least one day a week at Big Lots just in case. I always wanted to keep my foot in that door, not because I was unsuccessful with my art career, but because you don't want to burn all of your bridges. And a 20% discount at Big Lots is awesome because not only can you get art supplies, but you can get things like food and you can get things like toiletries for 20% off, and it's already a discount store. Come on, guys. I'm over here rolling my eyes because you all know that you would dig a 20% discount. Anyway, so I digress. Point being, I have always had a second job. And I feel like they're accusing me, not necessarily to my face, but sort of like throwing some shade in my direction because I am one of those people who's had a second job like throughout my entire art career. And it's like, okay, so you're going to sit here and try to make me feel ashamed for taking care of my business, for paying my bills, putting food on my table, going on with my education or whatever. And I'm like, who the, seriously? Guys, it's real simple. Sometimes you need to do things that you don't want to do in order to do the things that you want to do. It is that simple. Me and Aaron had that conversation when I went crying to him when I realized I couldn't continue to do the freelance thing anymore. Because the way that they were paying me was just, I was going 8-9 months without getting paid because they had some ridiculous belief that they could just let the invoices stack up and send me one big gigantic check, of which the government took a huge chunk out of, and expect me to be perfectly fine with my month-to-month bills. That's the reality of working freelance. That's the reality of being a freelance artist. So no. Just because you work another job does not make you any less of an artist. You don't even have to have a job in the art field to be less of an artist. Point being, you, like I said, you can flip burgers for 8 hours a day. Another bubble, sorry. I have bubbles today. You can flip burgers for 8 hours a day, go home, make a YouTube video, and just do art for the rest of the night, and you're still an artist. You could still be a professional artist. Professionalism is defined by behavior. If your behavior is shit-talking other artists, if your behavior is sitting there and being aggressive and trolling online, you are not professional. A professional artist is somebody who comes in, does what needs to be done, and goes home and feels no guilt or remorse over the fact that they did a good job or didn't do a good job. I mean, professionalism is a behavior. So, I mean, these, I'm air quoting and you guys can't see it, professional artists who are telling other artists or young artists or up and coming artists that they should just quit everything are actually quite unprofessional, because basically what they're trying to do, and this is my firm belief and I'm a jerk for it, I'm sure, is they're trying to set people up for failure. Because, I mean, quit everything to pursue an art career and you're not going to get paid right away. You lose your house, you lose your car, you lose your husband, you lose your wife, you lose your kids. Yeah. That's not success in my book. That's hardship. That's unnecessary. So, and again, I realize that what I'm speaking to is a set sort of people. You know, I come from it from an adult point of view of I've got a mortgage, I've got car payments. Well, not really, but I've got insurance payments, etc., etc. So for me to just drop everything and pursue art again is ridiculous. But at the same time, I have to wonder about these people who are saying drop everything and just be an artist, or to be a professional artist, that's what you need to do. It's like, I have to wonder how fulfilled they actually feel, because I've never known a single faceted person. Most people I know have multiple interests in which they pursue throughout their lives. People change careers. It's just like going to college. People change their majors at least twice. And to think that these people, you know, would, I mean, it's cool that they would dedicate themselves to that degree of art and that they would say, yep, this is what I am planning to do for the rest of my life. That's awesome. But I honestly couldn't dedicate myself to that and feel good about it because there's other things I want to do. Like I mentioned before, went back to school for nursing, and now I'm also a nurse full time. So, and that's something that I mean, even when I was a full-time artist, I felt like there was something missing, and that was the portion that was missing. Give it about 5 more years, and I'm probably going to want to pick up something else to do and to go do. And I think that in order to learn and grow as people, we have to make those sacrifices. We have to take those chances, and we have to, give up other things. Now, am I saying you have to give up art and work and blah, blah, blah? No, I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is, guys, in a nutshell, don't you ever, ever feel guilty for having to work another job in order to afford or have time to do art. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It doesn't make you less of a professional artist. It doesn't make you less of an artist, period. What it makes you is fiscally responsible. What it makes you is understanding that in order to get things in life, sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do, like go to school or, flip the burgers. I mean, I worked stock for, God, probably 14 years, including the time when I was a professional artist. And not once did I ever feel guilty for doing that job versus my other job, because by, doing my stocking job, I was able to afford, I used that money to afford new art supplies that my full-time job wasn't affording, because that was paying the bills. It was just a little bit of extra on the side. So guys, don't ever feel like in order to be a true artist, and I'm again air quoting and you guys can't see it, that you have to only do art, because that's ridiculous and it's irresponsible and it's silly. I'm a little ranty today because it is quite a sore topic with me, because every time I hear it, I sit back and I'm like, who are you to judge how much of an artist I am? I've been doing art since before you were born. I mean, crap, I've been on the internet and on DeviantArt longer than you've been alive. And you're going to sit there and tell me I'm not an artist? I mean, they're not telling me directly. Again, I'm personalizing a lot of the stuff that I'm hearing, but I feel like a lot of people, and everyone does that, they hear a statement by somebody who's popular or successful in their eyes, make a statement like that, and they feel like, oh, well, if so-and-so says it, then it must be true. I'm going to tell you guys the secret to their success right now. They got goddamn lucky. And that is it. I want to say, oh yeah, it's the hard work, but no, they got goddamn lucky, and that's all there is to it. The sponsorships, the free stuff, the views, they just came in it at the right time with the right amount of supplies, with the right buzzwords, and just got really, really, really lucky. And that's it. I mean, there are people out there who are working their butts off, but the level of success that people are I guess expecting them to have doesn't match where they're at right now. What do you mean by that, Terry? That's very confusing. It is very confusing. But you can work hard your entire life and you can't attain what another person has. You're either going to go above it or below it. I mean, you'll never be that other person. And that's why I always encourage people, is like, don't compare yourself to other people. Don't say, oh, Bob White is, a $1 million successful YouTube artist, and I'm just over here making like $15 a month. It's like, so what? Bob White was in the right place at the right time with the right supplies, with the right personality, and got lucky. And trust me, the luck will run out. Just wait and see. For a lot of those people, they're doing really good right now. It's not going to last forever. I mean, eventually time does catch up to people, and it's a sad thing. That's why I've always believed in being multifaceted to begin with, because what's working for you today might not work tomorrow. So be prepared to change up your plans. Be like the water. Shift and change with the tide and do what you got to do. Anyway, so let's talk about this picture really quick. I know that maybe some of you are only here for that. I decided to use Cherry. I did an ink drawing of her. Oh my god, look at me using that Pentel Pocket Brush Pen to fill in those big black areas. Don't do that, guys. Oh my god, I'm ruining the bristles. Oh, my heart, it hurts. Another bubble. And I didn't even eat and I got the burps. Anyway, so yeah, I did Cherry. This is in my ink sketchbook. I have been trying to incorporate more cross hatching to add depth and sort of life to my drawings, because I feel like when I just straight up ink them, they're so flat and so boring. So I've been using cross hatching a little bit more. I feel like it's adding a little something something. I'm still not quite there, but I do use my fine liners for the cross hatching because I do want those fine lines for that and consistent lines. I don't want the line variation. So where I want the line variation is where I'll bring in the pocket brush pen, and that's usually for the base lines and then everything. Now I can cross hatch with the brush pen too, but it's a little bit too inconsistent for the consistency that I want, if that makes any sense to you guys whatsoever. I'm sure it doesn't, but whatever. But yeah, I'm using Cherry because I don't get to use her very often. She's so like not PG-13 that I have to be really careful with how I use her. So I went ahead and, ooh, see, and I missed a spot there and I just realized it. I used her this time. She's sort of being caught in the middle of dressing and pulling up a stocking. And yeah, that's how I like Cherry the best. It's just like 0 F's given. Like, that's her look. That's how she be. And then I got a little OCD. I'm like, I have to get these edges. I have to get them painted in. So I did. But yeah, this turned out really nice, actually. A lot nicer than I thought it would, because I was thinking a lot about this topic while I was doing it, and I was just getting angry, but I did a good job on the picture, so in the end, I'm very pleased with it. So I just want to, thank you guys for sitting here and watching this with me and listening to me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!